Um, One of the nice things about being in game development was for like the what was it? Resource class.
Yeah.
Yeah, resources.
Because you can work on a game and it's I'm playing a game or whatever during school, right? So
Yeah.
the resource class that I was in when I was the last year, the teacher, I don't know. I didn't really like her all that much. She was just kind of one of those teachers. So you don't really do much in resource class, right? It's kind of just there for you to like catch up on stuff
Yeah.
or whatever, or to like study. And so like half the time you're not even really doing anything. And so there was one time when I was on the Chromebook watching, I think it was a video from Periodic Videos. So it was like a chemistry video or whatever. And she like comes around, sees me watching this video, and she's like, "Is that for a class?" And I'm like, "No," but I like. And she's like, "Oh, do you have anything else?" I'm like, "No, I don't have anything else to do. That's kind of why I'm watching this." Right? And she's like, "Oh, well, if you don't have anything to do, then either play that stupid rice game where you type. It's like a typing game, but like every time you get a thing right, you get like a grain of rice, and they donate." Or whatever, right? And or like read a book or something. Or I remember being like specifically read like a fiction book. Like it was stupidly specific. It had to be a fiction book or something like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And so she like leaves, and then I don't. So I continue watching the video. She comes back around and she's like, you have to do the rice game or read a book or whatever. Or like, I'm gonna give you a detention. But no, she's just like walking around, how teachers do that.
Yep.
And saw me watching a video, and she, I guess, didn't like how that it wasn't for a class or something. And so, and because I didn't listen to her, she threatened to give me detention. And then later it was like, hold up, you're gonna give me a detention for learning. Because I was learning about chemistry. Like, who cares if it's not for a class? Ooh, I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have homework. Like, who gives a shit? It had to be the stupid rice game or I read a fiction book. I'm like, what? What teacher threatens to give a detention for, like, learning something?
It could be better. You could be threatened to be arrested.
Yeah, your story is as stupid as mine.
Dude,
So anyways...
Why do I always get the stupid shit?
Right. So anyways, after that happened, I was like, I'm in game development class. Teachers don't like it when you play games during class.
Yeah.
So I brought my big ass gaming laptop. That thing is thick. That thing is huge. So I brought that to school. And then I was like, okay.
This is later to be known as nail weight up.
Yeah, that thing crapped. It just, the CPU burnt itself out because it got so hot eventually. But so I brought that thing to school. And when I got to resource class, I pulled this massive chonkin thing out of my backpack, set it up in such a way that it was facing her desk, and I started quote unquote working on a game in Game Maker Studio, where I was testing for bugs. And of course, she came over and asked about it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's for a class." And she was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I take game development. Take a look at the schedule," because she had everyone's schedule, so she could see what classes you take. Yeah. And so she looked, and then she had this kind of just this defeated sigh, like, "All right, fine," and then just continued doing her whatever shit at the desk. It was like, "All right, fine," and I was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself, okay? I'm learning about chemistry, even though I'm not in chemistry. Why does it matter? Fuck you." So I just continued to play the game.
Teachers being the stupid fuckers that they are.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a stick it to the man thing. I remember that. It was kind of funny.
I know, right?
So I worked on, quote unquote, worked on my game. And then I had a few kids like asking about it and like watching me.